All right, taking some more bins over to storage. So something happened. I look around. If I don't find my high blood pressure medicine before I leave, then you need to check over where I get it from to make sure it's not placebo. I've told you about their use of placebo to kill people. They don't care if they kill 50 people. They really don't care. Right. They'll just say, oh, the pharmaceutical company, was a scam or something. And pharmaceutical company won't be allowed to say anything, or they'll come and get their life. Say, right. So I've been looking at the things coming from India and wondering, what we're looking at really there. Is that a setup, or is it, spies will do that. Spies are the worst devils on the planet, and they're people that they train. So I find it, then I'll say it was just lost for a little bit. My blood pressure is probably down at this point. I adjusted my supplements. So. Now I'm fully climatized. I mean, heat's not bothering me. Shitty weather. Right. Agreed. Yeah, just a few days of being out and moving. So, well, the other kicker is my doctor gave me cheap supplies. I'm not going to use my second 90-day supply buying here. I'm not going to do it anyway, but if I find it, but I'm not going to use it here. I'll wait here the next 3 months. If it's placebo, I'm taking placebo. Right. Don't believe a fucking one of them. Their whole thing now is that they're ruling me. They're not cursing me. I'm cursing them, and they're simply ruling me. Well, if cursing a person is ruling, then the rule of the day will be cursing. I'm ruling you. I'm not cursing you. What are you talking about? I'm ruling you. Why, they're just devils from one end to the other. Right. Yeah, they're just ruling me. They're not cursing. See how they do it? They're white collar cursers. They call that ruling. Well, the question is, why is Cash Patel suspending the college requirement? I don't have a problem with it, but if he's corrupt deep state people that happen to be conservative deep state, then we have a problem with it. But it don't matter. 3 years at the it, it'll get changed. People will be offered their jobs back. Shit'll happen. Right. I'm just telling you that's what happened. So again, it doesn't pay to go extreme. The same way that the Biden administration went extreme, and you all just shifted it back. But what's going to happen is eventually, I think the courts are going to have to, give on the people, saying, "Look, what's up with government? They going 180 out every 4 years, and we're supposed to like just take it on the chin." I still don't think you heard the last of the transgender people retiring. Right? They get medical retirements. Right. I agree. You try to make it moral, and they wouldn't accept it. So your idea that it's an issue of their character didn't work. The court already said it's just you're allowed to make medical findings one direction or another. I'm gonna have to get this finger looked at it. Yeah, the medicine totally disappeared. I mean, it could be anywhere. I got a big mess in there, but at the end of the day, I'll know whether I have it or not. Right. Now, if you ain't bribing somebody, then nobody cares. That's where the country is. Right. Now, of course, the people that bribe they all have businesses. So there is some, they'll, if taking care of you corresponds with a crony getting money to kick back to them, then they'll do it. Right. And both sides of the aisle. All about bribes. They're trying to convince me it's like one woman or something. Like what? There's probably thousands of them here in Johnson County. Thousands upon thousands of criminals working for the organized crime entity that Johnson County is. Their favorite one is "We're not this person." Yeah, it's so weird. It's a cult response. We're not this person. This is great. This guy can't make this turn. Wow. So I went right one more bin. Oh, you know what cleans carpets well? That same the spray away stainless steel cleaner. Agreed. No, I can't. It was amazing. Hashem was like, spray that on there. Works on granite countertops better than granite cleaner. Works better than carpet cleaner on carpet. No, it wouldn't. It was like wouldn't come up, and then as soon as I sprayed it, all of a sudden this brown stuff started coming up out of the rug. I'm like, oh my god, it's doing it. It's like mold or something is what it was. It's almost gone now. Because under the carpet, I guess retains some moisture somehow. I mean, it isn't like me. It's just as whack as it is here. Probably ground was sweating. Right. Corn sweat. Freaking corn. If I heard anything about corn sweat, I'd never live here. I got corn sweat out here. Children of the corn sweat. I hope entire state's corrupt. Republican and Democrat.
I agree.
And they at the level of devil. Corruption is one thing, but devils being corrupt, that's another. Right. And then they come along, we the church. Oh, okay. The big thing is they always say, "Oh, he's not that disabled," or "He's not disabled." Remember that thing about they got the first administration to buy in about disability? That's because so they could kill disabled people and nobody would block them. They're sick, man. God will take them into hell for a long period of time. We go to church, so we're saved by Jesus. If you call him Jesus, I call him Jesus. Ain't his real name. Well, maybe it's a commonly accepted name by you, but most Jews wouldn't accept it, and I'm sure Yeshua doesn't accept it. Change the name to a Roman name. The people that crucified him. All right. Mm. So Jesus is changing his name back like I am. We both changed our name in Pennsylvania back to our Hebrew name. I should file on behalf of Jesus. Oh, that's just screwed up. Yeah, it's pretty hard to get it up right now. Or if somebody went in here and fucked with this. Spring pressure's way higher. Whew, whew, whew. That was way hard to get up at the. Yeah, they wouldn't have called me. If I wasn't getting in my unit, they wouldn't have called me. They were hoping I'd yell at her. Right. The kind of shit they do. Kind of shit they are. Right. Yeah, I was asleep the first time I lived here, but I'm glad I stayed here long enough to remove all the credit I gave you the first time I lived here. Right. Living all those years on my protection and credit. Now I remove it. Thanks, sir. This is one heavy box. This one I didn't bring my wagon. It worked better than Dolly's. One of those fat tire wagons. Right. You want to move boxes and stuff. I think I had a dolly in here. I have it, but it's not working. There it is. Jesus never told the devils that he wouldn't leave them or forsake them. So you're nice try, devils. They trying to utter all sorts of shit in their head to get their fake Jesus back on. 100%. All right. Here we go again. So they got some bleach. Got me to spray some bleach trying to get something off. And I didn't think I would. I guess I don't even know why I sprayed it, but I got on my hub. It was on my hands. I got one of my custom printed shirts that I came up with. That means they cursed me when I was at Walmart today. They cursed my Hebrew shirt. Could have been Walmart security. They usually offenders like that. I don't know if it's nationwide, but they always buy in. The deep state will buy in when you move. And if you go to Walmart, they buy in Walmart. If you go to Price Chopper, then they buy into Price Chopper. It's all funny money. It's all that shit they sent out of the government. And it isn't only Democrats, it's also Republicans. Right. They don't care. It doesn't affect their life if they spend all that government money. And billionaires, they don't give a shit either, man. And in fact, most of that is government money. Right. Multi-million and billion-dollar contracts. Right. Over the lifetime of those contracts are $1 billion contracts. Right. It's all fun and money, man. They don't give a shit. Good stuff. Looks like it might be infected. Got cut. Get that Bactine Max on there. There's the one thing about moving on a weekend. All these idiots are out riding around, you know. Right. Yeah, don't always like if you got an 8 hour ride or something. It doesn't always make sense leaving in the morning early. Sometimes it's better if you can time your travel between cities, you know, during rush hour. Then you get, you know, a lot of your traveling after rush hour in the evening. You know, and you pull into your destination city around 10 o'clock, and then it's all quiet. Right. The other thing about this heat, you know, you got a lot of bacteria that won't die, right? Pennsylvania, we get a bunch of dead bacteria there from the heat. Right. Or from the, cold weather. Nah, I'd never come here. I could have seen right. I actually didn't go here for many years. Actually, if I had came here earlier, it'd probably been better than later. I already would have cleared out, you know. It wouldn't have been so much evil. Trump administration, I told you before, Trump administration got deep state, didn't it? Right. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh my God. I got my apartment number on the back of his license plate. And he cut me off. I wasn't going to turn. As soon as I turned my turn signal on, then he turned his on. Right. He got in front of me. So I could see his license plate. He can make his $1 million house. Right. Nah, it's phony. Everything's phony here. Everything's beast, deep state. Nah, it's the entire state of Kansas, I'm sure, but it's all the battle against the trans versus the battle against the narcotics distributor and sex trafficker. Right. He blackmailed us for some reason. I mean, obviously he was the only one they didn't charge out of that whole group. I gave money to, or collect the money for the wall or whatever it was. I probably at that time worked him in. As long as he does what they say, then they won't charge him with anything. Right. Who knows? You know, people, a lot of pedophiles out there. You may have found out that he had sex with some young girl somewhere in a church or something. Well, if you're going to fake it around me, then I'm sure some of you have done it. Again, projection is the key. So, they're celebrating my moving, but I'll tell you right now, they tried to get me not to move. So it's all bullshit. They just maybe. That's all they are. Right. The same shit you see online, propaganda. Now, again, I'm not saying that, what's his name? Charlie Kirk should have been shot. What I'm saying is that he's not this great person and he risked being shot by what he said. Executive protection technology is what it is. I don't know if you all say, speak to your protectees or not, but again, at least you have an obligation to tell them how it works, right? And then they can make a choice on what they want, an educated choice on whether they want to be an asshole to the world or not. Right. No, that's what he says is high risk. Right. And then he's like, the way he goes about it, he's a smart ass. And he's like burning people with nonsense, really. He just has a large group of people that support him. Right. Well, just like I use the example. Oh, do you know this is? Do you read any? Oh, did you read any of those books? Did you read any of these books? Okay, so college education is worthless. Because I read books that you didn't read. And you went to college. I mean, but that's his arguments. It's stupid. Like, I don't know if Trump thinks his arguments are real or not, but they're not. It's like flim arguments, right? Now, I don't think people in college are all that intelligent. I agree with him on that one. Unless someone box of rocks, man. They do the deep state thing, and then they get rated as the most intelligent, right? And they have sex with 18-year-olds when they're 17. And see everybody else is dirty for having sex with somebody 20 when they're 35. Right. Right. Big State's getting that good-looking girl there. So he's could be trying to get sex with her too. That could be what it is. She's in maybe about 30. She came out, looked left and right. She just had this attitude. And I'm like, okay, they're getting her. Because she figures they're here. They may actually be there, or she could be losing it. Yeah, the uptick and all that psychological disorder is actually the deep state. So the reason Charlie Kirk was shot was because of the deep state, but that includes Republican deep state. So again, be careful what you wish for because you might get it. Right. And I think that's actually more rougher than what the agent said. Right. And he didn't say much. He just said karma, I mean, right. Again, it's crazy. I mean, who would say that? That's like tempting the Lord your God, saying that for some people have to be killed, the risk is worth it for the Second Amendment. I mean, come on. I mean, why would you say that? There's no need to say it. Right. I mean, politically, yeah, you're a political operator and you said it for political purpose. But I mean, it's dangerous to say. It's like tempting the Lord your God. No, but we're Christians, and he spoke about Jesus, the Almighty God. Jesus is not God. I'll tell you that. All right, stay peaceful.